Buy it or...
How's it going? I'm John Rael.
I'm Izzy Salhani, and you're watching Buy It or Burn It.
The show where we present to you DVDs that I am selling on eBay that you can buy or I burn them. And if you're still not quite grasping that concept, check out what happened to last week's DVDs that didn't sell. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back for another week of burning, which I'm kind of looking forward to because I am fucking freezing. For those of you who are just tuning in after a somewhat long absence, I am no longer in Hollywood. I am in Austin, Texas. I moved because of sort of an offer I couldn't refuse from the magnanimous Brian Brushwood. So check out his stuff and all his awesome channels if you like. But I am in Austin, Texas, and it's like 36 degrees right now, which I know, hashtag privilege. There are some parts of Colorado that are like negative infinity at the moment, but I am cold, so let's get on with the fire. Well, again, nothing sold last week because DVDs are worthless. And one note before we continue, some of you have been saying, why not just donate the DVDs, which is always the, backseat comment made by people who are watching you as you're getting rid of things or moving or about to set things on fire. Like, why not just donate it? Just donate, which is a comment usually said by people who have never tried to donate or who have never worked at a facility that receives donations. The process of beggars is a little more choosy than most people understand. Case in point, if you are trying to donate DVDs, the vast majority of places that still accept DVD donations, which is very minimal, insist that they be new and unopened. Which makes sense because they probably have an abundance of DVDs from people who are like, hey, I can just get rid of my old useless DVDs by giving them to the veterans or to the hospital or to the orphanage. And so they wind up with not only a lot of redundant DVDs, but a lot of DVDs that are old, don't quite work, are scratched up. But the point is, donating these isn't really an option. Now, does that mean that I have to set them on fire? Of course not. But it was a fun concept that me and a bunch of stand-up comics back in LA really got a kick out of. So we filmed the entire series. So for the record, the die is cast. It's happening. If you'd like to prevent some of it from happening, you are always more than welcome to buy them on eBay. And 50% of all donations go to the Environmental Defense Fund. In fact, today I even put a post on my personal Facebook page to donate to the EDF. Thank you very much, Robert Blaskowitz. All right, time to burn. Now this one I knew was kind of inevitably not gonna sell, and not because Family Guy sucks, I'm too cool for Family Guy, but it does kind of suck nowadays, and I am a little too cool for it. This is more a supply and demand issue. You can get a brand new copy of this for $7 on eBay. You get a brand new copy of this for $9.95 on Amazon. So there was kind of no way that I was not gonna be burning this. Like, that was never an option. Though it's mildly sad, and any true hipster will back me up on this, these were the best episodes. Oh, Vanilla Sky. Back during that time when Tom Cruise had almost tapered off caring about looking like a true actor and getting more into his middle-aged years when he wanted to prove to us that he could still run really fast. This was right on that sort of cusp of the transition. And I still like this movie. Like, it is a well-made, well-acted, well-written movie that has kind of a really stupid twist ending. Like one of those, like, out of the blue, like who the hell would have seen or ever guessed that coming? It's so random, and it barely justifies anything that happened in the film. And or I guess I should say more specifically, there were a lot of things that didn't really need to happen in the film to become later justified by such a weird fucking ending. Like, did you need that? Did you have to do that? For For the record, I think I'm still in love with Penelope Cruz. I don't think that will ever stop. This was another issue of supply and demand. And I mean, the fact is, you can stream the entire high definition series of South Park on Hulu. High definition, widescreen. They actually went back and reformatted everything to be widescreen, which is kind of hilarious. If you go to Hulu and you watch the first few seasons of South Park, you'll notice there are so many scenes where all the characters are in the center of the screen with like nothing in the background. And you're like, what? Who framed this? What is going on? Oh, they extended it for all the wide high definition stuff. That's hilarious. That being said, this is one of my favorite seasons of South Park. And not just because it was an early season, like I still like South Park. I still think they're doing wonderfully fascinating, introspective stuff nowadays. But this was a really fun one. And the actual DVDs have like these goofy clips with Matt and Trey. But, you know, it's a DVD. I was never gonna take these out of the case and put them in the player ever again, so. And apparently nobody else will. Now this is a little sad to me because this is a DVD that I never ever watched. I actually put this in the player one time like 10 years ago with the intention of watching it, and I got like 30 minutes in and it seemed interesting, it seemed fascinating. I'm like, ooh, can't wait to see what happens next. And I don't remember what happened, but I never finished it and I never went back to watch it again. And now it's gonna burn. You can't watch all the movies. You just can't. So that's it for this week. Check the eBay listing so that maybe I don't have to burn anything next week. I'm crossing my fingers, you can't tell, but I am. Okay, Izzy, what do we got this week?
You actually have a really good deal this week. You have Family Guy, The Untold Story of Stewie Griffin.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't find that on Hulu. You can't find that on the dark web. And it's got 88 minutes of packed, never-before-seen, uncensored Family Guy comedy.
Although in truth, isn't it just 2 episodes that they crammed into 1 episode?
No
I don't know. I'm sure some of you
Stewie
nerds
sets
know.
off on a cross-country road trip to find him. Yeah, this sounds, it's probably a mashup.
They just turned it into, they took a 2-parter and charged us a full movie worth, but now you can own it.
You can watch Jimmy Fallon laugh at himself in Saturday Night Live's Best of Jimmy Fallon. So if you enjoy watching Jimmy laugh as much as Jimmy enjoys watching Jimmy laugh, this DVD is for you.
And you can tell a little bit that Jimmy doesn't always enjoy laughing at himself. Like he's dying a little every time. I've made this joke before, I'm gonna make it again, that I take issue with this because that title is a fallacy. There is no Best of Jimmy Fallon on SNL.
Ooh, yeah, his best work is definitely on The Late Show.
Is it? Is he good on that?
Yeah, no, he's a great host.
Okay, well, see him before his prime, and it's sealed.
Monty Python fans, what about The Life of Brian?
Right?
If you dug the Holy Grail, didn't know how to follow up, this is the next thing.
If you're into over-the-top, obvious humor, got Life of Brian for you.
If you just like really dry British comedy.
Is it really dry?
It's not Family Guy.
They still keep their back straight when they're doing the slapstick.
Yes, they still have their pinkies raised while they're telling jokes. Why do you even own this?
Why wouldn't I own it?
Because you like yourself?
Have you watched Sex and the City?
I have watched Sex and the City because I hate myself.
You clearly didn't really watch it then. You don't know.
If you like bad movies, this is for you. Seriously, this movie was like 5 steps backwards for feminism.
Okay, that's fair. That, and also, you know, the one time they had a black person, it's literally her servant.
Was this the one where they go to Egypt? No, that's the other one. Yeah.
And that one I actually like more, because that one was like, this one was them trying to like recapture and like finish up the story. The next one was like, fuck it, Laurel and Hardy in space, you know, Sex and the City in India.
Literally, if you've ever seen the show, it was every episode of the show condensed into a movie.
And they kind of ruined it a little bit, but God help me, I
Fuck
loved
Big.
it. Why would you pick Big? Go for Aiden every time.
Everyone knows that. Spartacus.
Now you know what this movie is, right?
Is it I Am Sparta? This is like the original like Greek tragedy, like the War of Sparta goes against, what, fucking Helena Troy or some shit? I don't know.
And Kubrick's first big budget film.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Not usually in his box set because he didn't have all the creative control in the world because he's a director. He's one part of the filmmaking process and he never understood that, but he was kind of the one person who could get away with not understanding that.
Well, yeah, because he's a fucking genius.
Yeah. Damn him. They might be afraid that somebody's gonna buy one of these and cherish them. Tell them what they can do.
Well, if you're like me and you hate this movie, you can buy it and you can burn it yourself. And if you send John a video of setting this movie on fire, that's your way of getting on the show.
Yay!
Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for coming by, Izzy. And where can they find you other than the East Coast?
You can find me at Lucky Salhani. Or maybe it's this way.
One of the ways. Check her out. Thank you much. Yeah, another week, another burn. I realize that's not exactly what this channel exists for, but I assure you we have a lot more content coming out, so please keep checking back. And if you feel like helping us out, we got our Patreon, but more importantly to me at the moment, please sign up for our newsletter because the world is getting complicated and Web 2.0 is not really a thing that exists anymore. So we got to get old school. So please sign up for the newsletter where you will find an option to receive a personalized postcard from me. So sign up for that. And yeah, thank you for watching.